In this session, we discuss the control mechanism in management. It is a process of management. Control is a process of management. It is one of the functions of management. The word control, we need not consider it in negative sense. We have to consider the word control in a positive sense. What is the reason? Control helps to measure the performance of the organization. Control attempts to identify the scope for improvement in all activities of the enterprise. Control function identifies strong performing departments of the organization and weak performance of the organization. Control helps to explore the potentials of improvement in all activities of a business enterprise. So the control function becomes essential in all business enterprises, whether it is a manufacturing enterprise or service-oriented enterprise. Control function should be linked with planning function. Control and planning, both activities are interlinked and intertwined. Planning decides the proposed action in future. Control function attempts to identify the requirements to achieve the objectives of the organization in future and attempts to achieve the objectives of the organization, attempts to achieve the objectives of the planning function. So control is interlinked with the planning function. All business enterprises should be dynamic in all activities of the enterprise. Whether it is a production function, sales function, finance function, or distribution function, whatever may be the function of the enterprise must be dynamic. Dynamic means day by day improvements must be there. Every year there must be a specific percentage of growth in all activities of the enterprise. We have to consider growth in terms of labor productivity, machine productivity, all in sense total productivity, profitability rate, increase in profitability rate. So these are all the continuous improvement in all aspects of the enterprise. The productivity must be increased year by year. Labor efficiency be increased year by year. Certain key performance indicators the business enterprise should concentrate and exercise this control function to ensure growth in key performance indicators. Key performance indicators will decide the sustainability of the business in future. The cost is the key performance indicator. Profit, cost, total cost of production, number of consumers, consumer satisfaction, market share, defects, percentage of defects in total production, employee turnover, employee satisfaction. These are all the important key performance indicators of a business enterprise. So, to ensure the sustainability of a business enterprise, the growth in key performance indicators becomes essential. To measure the growth in key performance indicators of a business, control function plays a vital role. So all business enterprises should concentrate effectively on control function. So what is control? What is control in business enterprise? The control means first step establishing standards of all activities of enterprise. What is the standard we have to achieve in the years to come? Predetermined standards the employees should come forward to understand. First step, establishing standards. The second, measuring actual performance of all activities of business enterprise. The third important step, comparing the standard performance prescribed and actual performance achieved. The fourth step is identifying the deviation between standard performance and actual performance. The deviation may be positive, the deviation may be negative. Appropriate actions should be taken to take remedial action for the deviations. This is control. So control function involves these steps. So we have to create standard, measure actual, compare actual and standard, identify the deviation, take appropriate action for deviation. This is control function. For example, we have to achieve 10% growth in production. This is the standard. The next year we have to achieve 10% growth in production. We have to measure the actual. We have to achieve 10% growth, but actually we achieved 5% growth. So there is a negative deviation of 5%. What is the reason for the negative deviation? The control function will help us to identify the reasons for the negative deviation, and the years to come, remedial actions will be taken to solve the problem of negative deviation, and we will achieve the expected and predetermined growth advantage of control function. Suppose we take in the reverse, 10% growth we estimated, but actual performance is 20% growth. There is a positive deviation of 10%. There we identify the potentials of increase in performance in the years to come. So we have excellent potential for increasing our performance in the years to come. The scope for improvement is identified through control function. So what are the techniques we use to operate the control function? The traditional methods are there. First, we follow budgetary control, standard costing, financial ratio analysis, break-even analysis, internal audit, statistical control. These are all the established traditional methods for exercising the control function in all enterprises. We prepare production budget, we prepare sales budget, we prepare production cost budget. So we have to operate the production function, sales function and cost function as per the predetermined standard. Similarly, the standard costing. We prepare the predetermined cost. We have to operate our function within that predetermined cost. Then later, ratio techniques are there. We estimate the profitability 20%. We predetermine the profitability rate 20%. We have to move on that standard. Like that, so many ratios we prescribe. We have to achieve the standard prescription of ratios. This is the ratio analysis. The break-even analysis is also there. It is a point at which no profit, no loss. It is no profit, no loss point. In all business enterprises, we should try to achieve this break-even point at earlier stage. What is the stage we prescribe in advance? That stage we reached, the remaining will be a comfortable profit position. Then statistical quality control is also there we follow. we monitor the significant level and insignificant level. So the quality control, the insignificant status we have to achieve. There we follow the modern techniques are also for ensuring a excellent control function. In the days to come, we follow the modern techniques. What is the modern technique? The balanced scorecard method is there, benchmarking is there, and zero defect mechanism is there, and another excellent mechanism is there. The PERT and CPM methods are there. These methods help us to ensure a better control function. Their defects must be very minimum, insignificant level. The defect must be there. Then only we can do a very good business. The program evaluation review techniques identifies the various activities involved in a project. It is a tool used in project management. What are the activities we have to complete before starting the next activity? The PERT will explain. The critical path method is there. The sequence of activities, sequence of scheduled activities of a project that will help to determine the duration of the project. The longest sequence it will identify, and the time taken for the longest sequence will be decided. So the CPM, critical path method, will come forward to establish the minimum duration for the project. So excellent control will be exercised. Six Sigma principle is also there, 99.9999 level. So Six Sigma principle we have to implement for better control function, and defect in product is a key performance indicator for the growth of a business. So zero defect we can ensure, that will ensure 100% business in competitive market. The another important segment we have to consider and we can achieve through control function. This is cost overrun and time overrun. The two important aspects all business enterprises should consider for their growth and improvement in business activities and improvement in the market, and to achieve the predetermined standard in all activities of the business. We have to execute the project. We have to complete the project. We have to complete a specific business activity or a production activity within the cost frame, within the time frame. If we don't complete a particular activity within the cost frame, profit rate will come down. If we don't complete the activity within the time frame, escalation cost will increase. This will reduce the profit rate. Further, we can't ensure the delivery mechanism in a perfect manner. So control function helps us to do business within the framed cost factor and within the predetermined time factor. Control function helps us to solve the problem of cost overrun and time overrun. These two factors are important factors in ensuring profitability of a project, profitability of a business activity. Cost should not increase, time should not increase. The business activity must be completed within the cost frame and within the time frame. So we follow excellent and efficient control function. So control, establishing standard. The standard we have to prescribe based on the past experience and present trend and future growth of the organization. Actual performance we have to measure. Actual performance would be based on the efficiency of the machine, efficiency of the labor, and efficiency of the overall infrastructure, overall increase in productivity. Then we have to compare, timely comparison of actual and standard, and we have to inform to the employees about the deviation, and we have to get suggestions from the employees for solving the problem of negative deviation and suggestions for improving further the positive deviation. So negative deviation we have to solve, and negative deviation will give good lessons. Where is the problem we have to study, and we have to provide appropriate solution to solve the problem. So control function is an important function. Control function considers planning, organizing, directing and motivating. So it covers all the functions of the management. So we have to consider control function is an important function of management and important process of management. Thank you.